Hi everyone, and welcome to the Wellness Connection. We are glad that you're here with us today. I'm Michelle LeMay with LeMay Chiropractic and Wellness.
And I'm Dr. Mark LeMay.
And for those of you that don't know, Dr. LeMay is a chiropractor. He's been in practice over 27 years and also an applied clinical nutritionist. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been giving everyone an opportunity to message us and ask questions for Dr. LeMay to be answering today. And so today we've got 10 really good questions that we're just going to rapid fire ask Dr. LeMay, and we're going to pick his brain and learn more about what's in there. So
yeah. And just so you know, I just want to make it clear that I'm always going to seminars, I'm always learning and reading. So again, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, my answers may change, okay, as I go along here. So I just want to let you know that this is the information that I know right now, and I'm just going to share that with you. So, and again, any of these questions that we're answering, if it creates more questions, put a comment down below here, because I know that these are going to be running afterwards too. So it's like, we'd like to hear, what other questions, give us a thumbs up. Right now, let us know that you can hear us, so that you know that we're live, because we changed from doing 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So some of you are probably like, what's going on here? You guys are like at 2, now you're at 3. So just let us know. So go ahead and fire away, Michelle.
Absolutely. And the nice thing is, usually by the next day, I'll have posted this on our YouTube channel, where we are also going to be adding some special links, but you'll learn about that in just a moment. So
yes.
Let's fire away with question number 1. How do you build testosterone without taking pills?
This is what I get a lot from my male patients, of course. They want to know how can they do that, but they don't want to take testosterone or put testosterone cream on. And a good way of doing that is, number 1, eating more fat in your diet. That's, again, because testosterone is built from cholesterol. Cholesterol is part of your fat situation. It's a sterol. So to be able to make more testosterone, you have to eat more fat to be able to do that. So that will help with making testosterone. Another great way to make testosterone is to exercise, especially doing HIIT training, which is high interval intensity training. So it's, again, you are going to have to work really hard to build the muscles so you can actually make more testosterone. So a great way to do that is, number 1, eat more fat, and number 2, exercise, high intensity interval training.
Yes, kind of like the Tabata that we did.
Yes,
so
Tabata is a great one, which we did that a couple weeks ago.
Yep, and that is on our YouTube channel, so you can watch that.
Yes.
So, all right, so question number 2. Is popping your joints bad for you, or kind of like cracking knuckles or your neck? Is that bad for you?
Yes and no. Okay, and let me clarify that, because this is a great question. I get to ask this one a lot also. So, yes, it's bad for you if you are forcing this. Now, I see people cracking their necks and just wrenching themselves around. That's bad, because you can tell there's something wrong when you do that, because when you do it, people are like, they come into me, they're like, I turn my head like this, and no, it's stuck like this, what the heck? And it's like, well, the joint's stuck. I got forced into a position, or was left in a position for a long period of time, like people sleeping on their stomach, and that creates a problem with the joint. So that's the bad part. Now, again, it's also not bad. I mean, they've done numerous studies on this over the years about cracking your knuckles and your joints and stuff like that. Does that cause arthritis? Does that make your knuckles and your joints bigger? And the answer is no, it doesn't. It actually decreases the amount of arthritis in the joints. And there's a great video on YouTube that's got nearly 2 million watches or 2 million views. That's called "Why Do Your Knuckles Pop?" So we're going to put that in the information at the end of this, so you can see that down below in the comments section.
Exactly. It's a really fun animated little short film that they did, and it's really good. So
it was done via TED Talks.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
TED Talks did that. TED Ed, I think they call it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So in other words, don't force it. Just if you're doing it like a gentle
range of motion, that's perfectly fine.
That's perfectly fine. Okay, cool. All right. Number 3. What are your thoughts on natural versus big name brand mouthwash and toothpaste? And part 2 to that is fluoride good or bad for humans?
Okay, so 2 parts here. So first part I'm going to answer, and I'm going to tell you a story to answer this one about mouthwash and toothpaste, especially mouthwash. When I was in chiropractic school almost 30 years ago, in biochemistry, we did an experiment. There was 40 of us in our class, and what we did is we wanted to check and see how well did Listerine betadine solution, which is what they use for cleaning stuff at the hospitals, penicillin, and garlic oil. How well did those things work for killing bacteria? So we took these blood agar in the class, and what we do is you would just inoculate them with like 10 different nasty strains like E. coli, staphylococcus, all these different things. And then we quartered it, and then we just put 1 drop in each corner of those blood agars of the different things. So Listerine, the betadine solution, the penicillin, and also the garlic oil. And we want to see how many did they kill. Well, get this. You know, they talk about Listerine. You see the commercials. It's, you know, all these crazy things they talk about.
99.7.
So, yeah, stuff like that. Well, guess what? Listerine killed 0 out of all 40 of them. Didn't kill any bacteria. None. Okay? And the one that was really interesting is like, I think it was the betadine solution killed like 2 or 3 on average. The penicillin killed around 5 or 6, and the garlic oil killed everything. Wow. So the point of this is that just because they say it does something doesn't mean it does. So there's the answer. So does that really work really well? Well, I can tell you Listerine doesn't. So most of these things, they make bigger claims than what they actually provide. Now let's go over to the other side here and talk about fluoride, because this is a very controversial issue in only the media. I'm not talking like in the scientific world. In the scientific world, it's not. There is no debate going on there because they know the answer to this. And I just want to, because I don't want to be the one that's telling you, it's like, this is bad. I'm just going to tell you because my dentist, Dr. Atifa Safari, who's over here in Roseville, I called and talked to her because I wanted to find out her take on this too. So she told me this about fluoride. She said that the U.S. is the only country in the world to put fluoride in their water supply. We're it. Okay? Why? So if it's so good, wouldn't everybody else be jumping on the bandwagon? She said that the FDA has not approved fluoride in prescriptions or in over-the-counter drugs, but they'll do it in our water.
Oops.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, now does it?
No.
It's a prescription drug, and you're putting it in our water. Fluoride studies have shown that it lowers IQ in both adults and children. 1/3 of our population is on thyroid medications because fluoride is a halogen. When you look on the periodic table, fluoride is a halogen. Fluoride and fluorine. You got bromide and bromine. You've got chloride and chlorine, and then you have like iodine and iodide. So this displaces, fluoride displaces iodide in your thyroid. So it's an endocrine disruptor. So that's bad.
Yeah, that does not sound.
That's why we have 1/3 of our population on thyroid medication. And then fluoride studies have shown no improvement in preventing tooth decay. And that's from a dentist. She's telling me all this stuff.
And she's a very highly educated dentist.
Yeah.
She goes to tons of continuing education.
She does. And so it's like, that's why she's my dentist. And then she has also seen cases of what's called hyperfluorosis in children. That means too much fluoride because of the toothpaste and stuff in the water, and sometimes like the treatments that they do on the teeth with fluoride, which she does not recommend. And then there's also fluoride used in our water is not the natural type of fluoride that you use. It's actually a byproduct of the, it's aluminum smelting product. So again, they're using a byproduct from aluminum smelting to put in our water.
Oh.
So that's bad news. And Dr. Safari says she does not use or recommend fluoride at all. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Wow.
Question for that one is it bad for you? Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, and there
so
are...
enough on that one.
Yeah.
So again, I'd love to hear your guys' comments on that too. So please let me know what you think about this too, because that's a big topic of debate.
Definitely. And I know we have, it's been years since we have been we've been using non-fluoride toothpaste for years.
Correct.
So okay, so moving right along, question 4. I try to lose weight, but no matter what I try, I can't. Why is that?
Okay, there's a couple different reasons for not being able to lose weight. And one of the primary ones is your digestion. If you're not digesting your food really well, you're not going to be assimilating food really well. That's going to have a problem with your metabolism. But the main reason that I see most of the time for patients who come in here and tell me, Dr. LeMay, I don't care. I try whatever kind of diet I try, I can't lose weight. Well, this is what I tell them because this is what I see. Most people have such a toxic liver and kidneys, which means because your primary areas of detoxification in your body is the liver, followed by the kidneys, followed by skin, and then the lungs. So think of it like this. if your hotel, which is your liver and your kidneys, is full, I mean the rooms are all full, can you put any more toxins in there? The answer is no, you can't. So your body has to store it someplace, and guess where it stores it? In your fat. So all the fat is getting stored with toxins. So when it comes time for you to lose weight, people can't lose weight because the body's like saying, sorry, I mean the liver and kidneys are full. Until those things are cleared up, we're not going to be dumping any of these toxins, so you're not losing any weight. So that's why we do the 21-day purification program or the 28-day detoxification program to clean out the liver and the kidneys, to take that load out of there. Open that up so now it can start having the process, all of the toxins coming from the fats, so it can get out of the body. That's why a lot of times people can't lose weight. And just remember, people, this is really important. Again, fat doesn't make you fat. It's carbohydrates that make you fat. Because carbs stimulate insulin, which raises, when you raise insulin up, that blocks fat burning, and it causes fat storage.
That's not fair.
I know, it's not fair, but that's the way the body works, because you got to use up those carbs first before you can do anything else. And if you have too much carbs floating around in your blood, it's going to get thrown into fat storage.
Okay, so say that thing about the storing and the, say that again about fat, because I think that's a really important point.
About fat doesn't make you fat?
No, about
carbohydrates?
About carbs. What carbs do, so it raises insulin.
It doesn't matter. Again, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it is fruit. It doesn't matter if it's potatoes, like a vegetable or something like that, or it's a Snickers candy bar, or it's Coca-Cola, or whatever, kind of sugar, carb, bread, whatever you want to say. All of those raise insulin in the body because your body has to take that and put it into the cells somewhere to use it. So it's either going to go into your muscle cells or it's going to go into your fat cells. And if you have too much, it goes into fat cells. And plus, insulin stops fat burning, and it causes fat storage. So it's a double-edged sword. It's like you're getting nailed on both sides.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the biggie right there.
Okay. Woohoo. All right. Well, so that's why when we did the ketogenic,
off camera.
Yeah, that's okay. We did the ketogenic diet.
Yes, the ketogenic diet is really good because it's low carbs, high fat, and a moderate amount of protein for each person. So that's really key, because again, if a person is more on the pre-diabetic or diabetic side, that's what you want to do, because that'll help you to also lose weight. Right. I know it sounds counterintuitive. It's like, eat more fat and you're going to lose weight. But that's what I found, and that's what Michelle found when we did that last year. Well, actually this year, at the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year, yeah. And when you do some real research and you find the history of the ketogenic diet, you find that it's, almost nearly a century ago that they started doing it with amazing results.
Yeah, it's first started doing the ketogenic diet at the Mayo Clinic in 1921. So it's been around for a long time. Johns Hopkins University uses it, and same with, there's one other one, Stanford. Yeah. Stanford does too.
Yeah. So we are on to number 5. All right, this is a good question. If I drink coconut water, do I still need to drink Soleil? Maybe you should first start about explaining what Soleil is, because I don't know if everybody's seen our video where we talked about how to make Soleil, which you should definitely do that after this. So what is Soleil?
Soleil is a concentrated salt water solution. You take 1 cup of sea salt. It could be Celtic or Himalayan sea salt. You pick which one you want to do, but they have all the trace minerals in it. So it's 1 cup of that, 1 cup of water. Let it soak overnight so it becomes concentrated. And you take 1 teaspoon of that into water to get all of your trace minerals. Now, the same thing with coconut water. Right. Coconut water does have your trace minerals in it too. And basically what I try to get people to understand is like they're both good. One costs more than the other. Soleil is a lot less expensive. And then your coconut water is going to be a lot more expensive. And here's the other thing. Watch out for the amount of sugar that the manufacturers put in them. Okay, you just want to get plain coconut water. Okay, but they add a lot of other things in there to give it flavor, so watch out for your sugar content in your coconut waters.
Right. I know there's a major coconut brand, which I will not name, that is also made by a very popular soft drink company. So, yeah, I would stay away from that one.
Yep.
So number 6. How do you work with patients in other states?
Okay, that's another good question, because patients always want to find out, oh gosh, I have a cousin or a brother or whatever, in another state, and I was like, that's okay, we can work with them out of state.
Right.
They still fill out the same paperwork that you do here when you visit me here.
Same paperwork.
Yeah, so again, Michelle sends that paperwork off and they fill those things out. So we get a lot of information from that.
Yes.
Now, I can't do all the same things I do here, like muscle testing or do a Zytoscan. But again, for some people that want to get Zytoscan, you can purchase the hand cradle, and you can do this, from your computer to our computer. So we can do a computer link. So you can still do the Zytoscan. It's like $300 to get one of those hand cradles. For some people, it's like no big deal.
Right.
So that way you can still do the different scans back and forth. So that's one way we can do it. And again, it's pretty simple to do all those different things. And again, it's nice because you're going to get the same great products, Standard Process and MediHerb that we do even if you were here too. So we can do almost 90% of what we can do online, we can do, or on the phone, we can do that too. Because you can also do like a Zoom call with me. So if you want to see me and I want to see you face to face like that, we can do a Zoom call, which is the same thing as like Skype.
Exactly. So you guys get to see each other face to face. So nearly the same amount, and you're going to still get awesome results because ultimately they're working with you. You're monitoring their progress, keeping tabs on them on a regular basis, and they're getting the same awesome products that we take.
Correct. And again, I see right now, I see patients throughout the state and in other states. I can see anybody in the 50 United States and different, 50 states in the United States and Canada. But beyond that, really can't because of the way of, being able to ship the different products to them.
Right, exactly. Okay, good news. So if you have a friend, family member, we can help them because we do nutritional care
anywhere.
Yep. All right. So number 7. I have, not me, but this patient's asking, I have mild joint pain from a car accident. What can I do nutritionally or via exercise to decrease my joint stiffness?
Okay, because this is a case where somebody's had like a motor vehicle accident, so there's been damage to the joint. So if you've had damage to the joint, we have to do repair. So if you're still having pain from that, we got to do some repair. So repair needs protein and minerals, especially when it comes to joints and bone. So that's one of the things we need to do. And then number 2 is for patients, if they're getting a lot of stiffness in their joints, there's a great product by Standard Process called Beta-Col. It basically helps with, and has what's in there, it's called the Wolfson factor. Dr. Wolfson from the University of Oregon came up with this, back in I think the 50s, and it really helps to decrease joint pain because it also detoxifies, guess what? The liver to get those, type of metabolites out of there so they have less pain in their joints. And then there's one other thing, which I believe we're going to probably do a video on this down the road here, Michelle. We're going to do the slow burn exercise program. So what that really is because for patients that have like a lot of joint pain, we don't want to do fast joint movement. We want to do slow movement. So to kind of give you an example here, like say if you're doing a push-up, instead of, going 1, 2 like that, you start out here and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 seconds on the way down and then 10 seconds back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so
that's hard.
Yeah, you'll be doing those push-ups in that video because I will.
So because I'm not kidding you. Typically, if you're doing it right, you can only do about 3 or 4 of these, and you are done because your muscles will be like
burning.
So that's what they call the slow burn. So you can do that with any muscle group in the body, and it builds muscle really well. So that's a great one to do. So we'll be doing that down the road too.
Okay. Yes, but we meaning you.
Yeah, me. I get to get tortured. She gets to watch.
Yes, exactly. I get to torture him. So, all right. So number 8, almost there. This is a good one. I think they all are a good one. But anyway, what can you do to improve memory?
Okay, another good one here too. And again, I want anybody out there, if you know some good things to help with memory too, let us know. I'd like to hear yours on this too, because I get some great information for patients when it comes to these things. So number 1, if you want to improve memory, eat more fat. So here we go again, eating more fat, because fat helps with the myelination of the nerve cells. And guess what? Your brain is 60% fat.
Okay, whoa. Myelination. Okay, I don't know what that is. So
that is the fat that covers the cells for transmission across the neuron from the body of the cell all the way to the end tips like that. So the myelin is made up of fat, and that makes the nerve transmission go.
Oh, so if you're not getting enough fat...
Correct. You're not getting enough myelination of the nerves, and that slows down your transmission, and bad news.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when people, I've got it on the tip of my tongue or something.
Yeah, they just can't think of some things, and they're just like, just not, as we would say, they're not synapsing very well.
Ah, okay. So there's another good reason to eat good fats.
Yeah, good fats like butter, avocado, coconut oil, olive oil. There's a lot of great fats that you can eat. Bacon.
Grease.
Love that bacon grease. Okay, and then there's
so
certain herbs you can take that'll help with increasing memory because it helps with microcirculation. Those are things like bacopa, ginkgo, rhodiola. There's also another one called eleuthero. So there's a lot of good ones. And if you know some other ones out there too, I don't know, like Gudicola is another one. So there's a lot of good herbs that help with increased circulation to the brain, because the more circulation you create to the brain, the better you get as far as memory and cognitive function.
Yeah, there's a couple of liquid herbal tonics that we blend together for people. One is called the Einstein tonic. That is really great if you need to like really focus on something like maybe a test or a task, or maybe absorbing information. So we have got the Einstein tonic, and then the energy tonic, which is also really important about some of those herbs that you mentioned.
Some of the herbs are in there too. There's some different ones for that too.
Yeah, and they taste
for energy.
I like the taste of them. I know some people might be too strong, but you can just dilute it in a bunch of water and
okay.
Take it down.
And then other things you can do too is on your phone you can get some apps. There's also certain memory games you can play. So there's certain games you can play, and they're great because that helps you with your memory too. So playing games, and of course exercise. Exercise increases memory, brain function. So that's another thing too. That's why I exercise and bike all the time.
Okay.
Good for my balance too.
Yes. All right, number 9. After eating, I'm burping and I taste certain foods that I just ate. Does that mean my body doesn't like that food?
Well, that's a good question, because again, for most of you, I'm sure everybody's, if you've ever eaten too much and then you start burping, that just means your stomach is overfull, and again, it has to release pressure. So sometimes it can be just because you're eating too much. That's one of the problems.
Okay.
Now, if you eat just a normal amount, not too much, and you're getting a lot of burping, it could be that your body is intolerant to that food. It means it doesn't like it. You've been eating it so much that your body starts to develop an intolerance. Now, there's a difference between intolerance and allergy. Allergy, you have a reaction that's pretty severe, like, the throat swelling up and, that's rash breaking out, stuff like that. That's a severe reaction. That is an allergy to a food. But if you have like an intolerance, it can be burping, belching, it can be, gassiness, several hours afterwards. It can be constipation, it can be diarrhea. It can show up as a rash much later down the road too. So there's a lot of different food intolerances. So burping can be due to that.
Okay. So don't overeat.
Don't overeat. Yeah. Again, if you're not overeating and you're getting all these kind of symptoms all the time like that, then I tell patients, like, you might want to kind of look into your digestion and see what's going on here, because you may have a food intolerance, or it might be a digestive issue too.
Okay. All right. So we get to question number 10.
Woohoo!
Yeah. This is great. We get this asked a lot. Why does my pain decrease after tasting a tablet during the nutritional exam?
Yeah, this is something that, again, I'm going to explain this by actually showing you, because when I'm doing an exam on a patient, this is part of the nutritional exam. When I do what's called oral testing, and how I describe it to patients is I'll tell them, guess what? If a person is having like chest pains, what do? They give them nitroglycerin under their tongue. Okay, why do they do that? And most people don't know the answer to that, because again, when you're doing oral testing, because if you put something underneath the tongue, it immediately will send a response throughout the body, telling the body to vasodilate all the blood vessels in the body. So the heart, the brain, everywhere vasodilate. So again, pressure off their heart, and they also get a massive headache at the same time. Okay, I'd rather have the headache than chest pain.
True.
Okay, so that's what they say. It's like, it's way better than having the chest pain. That's oral testing. I mean, again, here's something they're putting under your tongue to create vasodilation immediately. So when I do oral testing with patients, and I'm going to show you this in just a sec, when I'm testing their digestion for different points, and again, these are the different acupressure points for digestive points. If there's a lot of pain in that area, then I can go in with a nutritional supplement and test it orally to see if that makes that symptom or of pain either decrease or totally go away. Then I know that's the thing that they need to be taken for that condition, and it'll help. So Michelle, you want to come over and help me out and show you how to do this?
All right,
So let's go over here.
You guys are going to get a treat. We're going to see this in action.
So I'm going to have Michelle lay down here on the table.
Okay.
Take her sandals off because you want to mess up the table here.
Yep. Okay.
All right, are you comfortable?
Yes.
With your knees bent, okay? Because
Yes,
you want to
my
keep
knees
your abdomen like so. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just go through the 5 different points that I'll do on a patient to check for them to just see if they're having any problems with digestion. So right in the very center portion of the body is the sternum. And I'm going to come off to the rib cage right here. I'm going to press inward. Now on a scale of 0, meaning it doesn't hurt at all, it's just pressure, and 5, I'm stabbing you with a knife. I want you to tell me how painful this is. I'm going to push in this direction here with just moderate pressure. How's that feel? 0 to 10. I'm sorry, 0 to 5.
0.
0. Okay, so that was for hydrochloric acid. Now we're going to come over the opposite side. I'm going to push right here. This is pancreatic enzymes. What's that one like?
0.
Just pressure?
Yeah, just the pressure.
Pressure, okay. Now I'm going to come over here on this side right here. And this is for the gallbladder on her right side. I'm going to push right in here. Take a deep breath. Breath out. It's just called Murphy's sign, pushing in like that. What's that one feel like? 0 to 5?
1 or 2.
About a 1 or 2. Okay, now let's go over here to the cecum on this side over here. So this is just right off the ASIS on this side. I'm going to push straight down like that. What does that one feel like?
Like a 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Okay, so that's a little bit more significant. So I'm going to come over on the opposite side to the ileocecal valve where the small and large intestine come together. That was a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably a 4.
About a 4. Okay, so
Yeah.
so if she's saying that she's got like a 4 on this side right here, that means that she's got a little bit of inflammation going on right where the small and large intestine are at. So why don't you sit up for a second here, Michelle? I've got a couple of different products over here that help for the large intestine. We tested her a little bit earlier, so we knew this is going to be kind of a problem. So I'm going to give her one of these wafers here. This is Zymex. I want you to chew that up and swallow it. He's right behind
There you go.
And I'm going to get you some water, Michelle, because you're going to need to swallow that. So we'll go ahead and chew that up. Yummy, huh? Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Yummy taste.
Yummy taste. Well, it's also got a little bit of honey in there too. So they make it with a little bit of honey. Not a lot, but a little bit. So.
Well, and I remember the first time that I had a wafer like this from Standard Process, I did not like the taste. Second time, it's like, well, okay, that's just fair. And then the third time, it's like, oh, that's actually pretty good. So, all right.
Okay, so go ahead and lay back down again. Now we're going to see if this changes the pain findings at all on her. Because if it doesn't, I mean, that's not the right one for her. So we're going to come back here again. I'm going to push down right here. What's it like now?
2.5.
2.5. So it got better. Okay, so that's better.
From a
So
4.
what I would do, I'm not going to keep going through all this right here, but I would go and try a couple other different products to see if we can actually get that down to like nothing. But if it went from like a 4 or a 3 down to like a 2, 2.5, better. Okay, so that means that that is going to help with her condition. So that would be one of the things I'd be thinking about as far as giving her for her protocol. So come on over. So that's oral testing. That's why when you come across something that helps the body, it'll feel better. And again, most of my patients too, it's like we get to this point, it's like it doesn't hurt at all anymore. Before it was like, you know, a 4 or 5, and now it doesn't hurt at all. Or even like a 3 down to like nothing. So that's the answer to that. Physiologically, you give the person something that their body really needs, and the pain goes away. That's why the pain goes away when you take the tablet and I push on it.
That makes total sense. It kind of feels like magic.
But it's not.
But
It's
not.
just
It's
the normal
science.
physiology of the body.
Yeah.
So again, you give the body what it needs, and that goes away. So that's the cool thing about doing this.
Well, we hope that you've gotten a lot of good value out of these questions and answers that we shared with you today. We really appreciate the people that, you know, sent in their questions, and who knows, maybe we'll do this again in a few months.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, it's like we want your questions, and again, hopefully, maybe this will even spur a lot more questions. I mean, you're probably asking yourself, "Wow, I want to know more." So that's great. So yes, hopefully, in several more months here, we'll do the same thing again.
Yeah. So don't hesitate if you have a question. You know how to reach us. You can contact us through Facebook, our website, the office number, which happens to be 916-965-8171. And we're going to do something special for people, aren't we?
Yes, next week we are going to do one of our favorites.
No.
Or what?
We're going to offer, we have a special offer for
yes,
people.
that's right. Because what you saw me here do today, which is kind of a condensed version of the nutritional exam, we're actually going to do a little special. So if you watched this here and you saw this and you wanted to have this checked out yourself, Michelle's going to tell you a little bit more about the special.
Well, normally a person gets the full nutritional evaluation, and that includes a lot of different things that we talked about earlier. And you can go to our website and see all the different tests and stuff that we do. But if somebody is just curious and they want to come in and have Dr. LeMay do that nutritional exam that he just did a brief, condensed version on me, if you mention this video,
got to mention the video.
Yes, you have to mention the video because the cost would only be $37. A couple of forms that we'll have you do ahead of time, so Dr. LeMay can be really focused and prepared for when you are here. But it only takes about 15 minutes.
Yep.
So really quick, really cheap to find out, is there something that's going on that he could really help you with. So $37 if you mention this either Facebook video or if it's on our YouTube channel.
Yep, you got to mention the video or else no discount.
Yes, or it's $110.
Yep.
Okay?
All right.
So I know you're excited about what we're going to do
because
next
next week
week.
is going to be fun. We actually get to make easy,
super easy, not even just easy, but super easy baked chicken.
Yep. And it's really easy. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, it is the best, simplest recipe, only literally a couple ingredients, but it is amazing. If you want to get a head start, go to our website, click on the recipes tab, and under dinners, although you don't have to have it just for dinner.
Yeah.
But you'll see the super easy baked chicken thighs recipe, and it is amazing. So you can cook along with us next week if you like. We'll be back to Tuesdays at 2. And
Tuesdays at 2.
And it'll be amazing.
Yes.
We've had so many people try this recipe and wow, that is the best tasting chicken they've ever had.
It's like European, countries. They make just a couple ingredients and it just tastes amazing, and that's what this one is.
Exactly. So we think you're going to love it. So that's why we want to share it with you next week. So we're glad you joined us this week.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.